What's crackalacking? It's your girl Nini. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So firstly, let me just say I've got no makeup on, as you can see. Eventually you guys were gonna see me without makeup, so yeah, why not for this video? So yeah, excuse the bare face. I've just washed my hair as well, so yeah, any freckles or whatever you can see, yeah, kind of just erase that from your mind. Moving on. Let's just get straight into it, guys. So as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about cow's milk protein allergy. It's something that I don't fully know, like completely know about. It's something that I've had to learn about because my youngest suffers from a cow's milk protein allergy. So my husband and I have had to do, you know, research and really just kind of learn about the cow's milk protein allergy. And to be fair, it's so hard because it's like there's so much that you can't give to your baby, and you know, like when you don't suffer from like a dairy allergy or anything, you don't realise how many items actually do have like dairy stuff in it, and it really does limit your options of what you can and cannot have. So yeah, anyone that does suffer from cow's milk protein allergy or dairy allergy, whatever, if there's any advice or any tips or any you know, whatever that you can offer, please, if you can leave that in the description box below. Not description box. No, not description box. If you could please leave that in the comment section below, that would be much appreciated, because it's still a learning curve for us and we're still trying to figure out what we can and can't give to our little one. Sometimes it can be quite heartbreaking when you're sitting there, and or when like my eldest is eating something and my youngest wants it and we read the ingredients and it's not something that she can have, and yeah, so it's quite frustrating. So anyone that does have a dairy allergy or any advice, yeah, please put that down below. Thank you. So yeah, kind of just going into it, guys. I've got like my notepad here so I don't forget anything that I wanted to kind of say. So yeah, if you see me looking down, it's because I'm just kind of reading on what I have noted, so I can kind of just go through it. But yeah, with the cow's milk protein allergy, so CMPA, this is kind of what I saw online, and this is kind of a brief description of what it basically is. It is an abnormal response by the body's immune system in which proteins in a food are recognized as a potential threat. So basically your body doesn't take well to protein or whatever, so your body's fighting it rather than kind of just accepting it, and hence why you have the reaction that you're getting. So they say most babies grow out of it by 1 or 3 years, and potentially after 5 years old. So my youngest is going to be 2 in September, and she is still showing really she is still showing quite a lot of signs when she has stuff that contains dairy in it, but just like hints of dairy, she's not too bad. But when she has like pure dairy, for example, if I give her like toast and butter, she reacts to it. Sorry, I'm like shedding here, guys. When I give her like butter, like butter on toast or whatever, she reacts to it within like half an hour, which is what I'm going to explain to you guys. So there are 2 types of this allergy. So the first one, for example, is the non-immunoglobulin E mediated reaction. So that's the non-IgE mediated allergy. So this is a slow reaction which can occur hours or usually a day or so after consuming milk. There can be a reaction such as eczema, tummy pain, reflux or colic, or breathing problems. So with this one, I don't think my little one has this one, because her reactions usually are fast, within like half an hour, 20 minutes, hour. So I think she's got the second type, which is the immunoglobulin E mediated reactions, which is the IgE mediated allergy. So this is a fast reaction which can cause rashes, needing to be sick, occurs within 2 hours of milk being consumed, They are triggered by the body releasing chemicals called histamine, so antihistamine medicine can be used to treat the symptoms. So that's kind of just like a brief of what I got from online, guys. I'm like I said, I'm still learning about cow's milk protein allergy because I didn't have to do all of this research with my first baby, whereas with my second I've had to learn about it all. Just going back as well, guys, I did read up about symptoms, and the symptoms can be hives, wheezing, itching or tingling feeling around the lips or mouth, vomiting, abdominal pain, diarrhea, rashes and eczema. So yeah, going to knowing how my little one had it. So when she was born, I was breastfeeding for like the first couple months or whatever it was, and then I didn't breastfeed after that, and she went on to formula. So when she was drinking, we noticed that there was times where she was doing like really explosive poos, and I was like, this isn't normal. I remember even messaging my best friend, and I you know, I said to her, like, because our babies are like 6 weeks apart from each other, and I remember saying to my best friend, like, when your son's pooing, is it like explosive? And she was like, no, it's not explosive, that's not normal, you know, like your little one shouldn't be pooing like that. So that was concerning, but then it turned into she was like projectile vomiting as well. And at first we just thought, you know, when they say to you, when babies like excess eat, when they've got any excess they will take it out, or if they're just not feeling well, obviously they'll sick out, but projectile vomiting obviously isn't normal. So we were concerned about this, so we went to the doctors and they said there was nothing wrong with her, they checked her and everything was absolutely fine. So we thought, okay, we went home, and obviously we used to take her to get weighed, and we used to go and see like the what's it called, not midwives, the what's it called, health visitor. So when we used to go to the health visitor and we used to say, like, explain everything to them, they used to tell us the same thing, that everything was normal. So we thought, okay, fine. And then she was drinking, so she kept going up and up, and in her bottles, like her ounces kept going up. So we thought, oh, she's eating well, but she wasn't putting on any weight. And the reason why she kept going up, because every time she was having a bottle, she was either pooing it out or sicking it out, and then obviously by the time her next feed, like, she was hungry again. And then it got to the point where she didn't like tummy time. She hated tummy time, obviously because of the tummy ache that she was getting. She used to absolutely hate tummy time. So I was like, maybe she's just one of those babies that doesn't like tummy time. And then it just got worse, like her poos got worse, her being sick got worse, and then she started getting a rash. So she started getting a rash like on both sides of her arms, like here. And so at first it just started like a normal rash, and we were moisturising it, and then obviously we were concerned, so we obviously went to the doctors. We did mention it again to the health visitors, and they kind of just said to us, it's nothing, you've just got a moisturiser, she's absolutely fine. So we thought, alright, fine. But then those rashes turned into like open wounds. So it started like cracking, and like you could see the seeping and whatever coming out of the wounds. We went back to the doctors to speak to the doctors about this, and the doctors went, oh, you know, she's fine, just moisturise. And I remember my husband saying, moisturise, but it's an open wound. And the doctor kind of didn't, he was just like, look, you've just got a moisturiser, she might be suffering from eczema. And they just sent us away. And then it got really bad, and I was at work one day, and my husband called me when I was at work, and he's like, you know, she's been crying all day, she's not drinking. But this was kind of like the afternoon, so I said to him, it's keep an eye on her, like obviously just monitor everything, and then we'll see what happens when I get home. So I got home from work and she was hysterical, she was crying so much, she was just in such a bad way. And my husband was like, she's only drank an ounce all day. So bearing in mind, I left to go to work at like 8:30, whatever it was, and I didn't get back home till gone 6 o'clock in the evening. So all day, all she had consumed was an ounce of milk. My husband said that he tried every feed he tried with her. She's just been so hysterical all day, she just would not drink. So we were so concerned at this point. We thought we just need to go straight to A&E with her, which we did. We went straight to A&E with her. So yeah, when we took her to hospital, the hospital checked her over and everything, and they said obviously she needs to be admitted in, because the hospital that we went to didn't have the children's unit. That was like half an hour, 45-minute drive away. So the hospital said, you know, obviously you can wait for the ambulance. I said, what, can I just drive her? Like, I'll drive her, I'll take her myself, because they said the ambulance could take at least, you know, a few hours. But I don't think they can like just say that straight away, like, can you drive yourself, because I think they have to give that option at ambulance or provide that service. But anyways, I said that, look, I will drive her myself and I will take her to whatever it takes. Where do we need to go? So she was just like, are you sure? Are you sure? I said, yes, give me all the paperwork, whatever I need, give it to me and I will drive her down right now. And we did. We took everything and we drove my baby straight to the other hospital, which obviously the A&E had already spoken to them. And I remember her just being so bad, like crying and crying and crying and crying when we got there. And they checked her and they were like, they needed to put the cannula in. And I was like to my husband, I can't watch that happen. I can't watch someone sticking a needle in my baby. So my husband went in with my baby and they were ages, like they took so long. When she come out, like all you see this massive bandage around her hand, and then they said that they needed to put a tube up her nose because she needed to be fed with a tube to ensure that she is eating. And because she's so small as well, at the time she was only like 6 months, whatever it was, like yeah, 5-6 months. And because she was so tiny, like it took them so long to put that needle in for the cannula. And yeah, so then they had to put a tube in her nose so that she could be fed. And then it was so bad, like guys, by the time we took her to the hospital, it was so bad. Like the wounds that I was saying, that, you know, I was saying to you guys, like she had the open wounds. The best way I can describe it, yeah, it looked like she had been set alight, you know, like she had like an open wound that was that big, and it was like red, like raw red, really shiny, because it was like oozing and stuff. Like it was, you know, when someone gets like burnt, like that's what it looked like. It was so bad. So yeah, they did everything that they did, and then what time was it that they, so I think it was like 10-11 o'clock at night. So bearing in mind, I've got my younger bubby with me as well, when she's only 4. She's only 4. So yeah, so all of that happened, and they gave her medication. They obviously figured out that it's a cow's milk protein allergy. They were quite surprised that it wasn't picked up on quicker. So yeah, they were feeding her Nutramigen. So she's on, she was on Nutramigen, so it's this, basically this. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, they put her on Nutramigen, and she started drinking, well not drinking, obviously they were feeding her through the tube. And that night I had to leave her because we all couldn't stay, so I had to leave with my little one. I think it was like gone midnight. Myself and my little one drove home, and yeah, I had to leave her at the hospital. Obviously my husband was there, but like I had to leave her. I just remember getting home at like 1 something in the morning, going straight to sleep, sorting out my little one, going straight to sleep, and then waking up again at like 5-6 o'clock in the morning to quickly get ready and go back so I could be with my baby. So yeah, we went back and she was so much calmer. Like I walked in, there was a nurse that was feeding her, and she just looked so much calmer, so much happier. And within like a couple days, her arms had completely changed, like the wounds and everything had closed up. I've got a picture. So that is what it looked like. Ooh, I'm holding that straight. Just after 2 days. of the medication that they were giving and the whole treatment and whatever. And so yeah, after a couple of days, that's what her arms started to look like, and she was in hospital for a week. So the hospital, the staff were absolutely amazing. They really looked after her well. The doctors were brilliant. They did everything for my baby. And yeah, so she was in hospital for a week, and they told us that, so they did, before we left the hospital, they did like a prick test on her thigh, and it came up that she wasn't allergic to anything. They did like eggs, dairy, nuts, and whatever else it was that they did. But it came up that she wasn't allergic, so I was quite confused because obviously she was having a reaction to dairy. But when we left the hospital, we were told that she would still be, you know, reviewed by the doctor that was looking after her. She also needed to see a dermatologist for her skin because they assumed it was eczema, and then she also needed to see a dietitian. So yeah, that's kind of like what happened in a nutshell sort of thing. So at the moment, we're kind of still learning about everything. We're kind of still learning about what we're doing. So like I said, she's on Nutramigen for, they said till she's 2 years old. So they reviewed her when she turned 1, and they said that she's still not any better. So really to do it until she's 2 years old, and then they will review her again on the Nutramigen. Then they wanted us to try like a milk ladder. So we tried the milk ladder, and we have noticed, like I said, when she has things that have small doses of dairy in, she can consume it and she's okay, she's not too bad. But when she has pure dairy, within the matter of like 20 minutes, half an hour, she's putting that straight back out again. So in terms of like dinner or lunch or whatever, in the mornings, for example, I give her milk, which is her Nutramigen. I give her a bottle of milk. She has about 8 to 9 ounces of that, and then a couple hours later I'll give her this porridge, which has no milk or anything in it. So she has a bowl full of that porridge with oat milk. So it's the Oatly, the barista Oatly. It comes in a grey carton. So I give her that porridge with the Oatly milk because it obviously tastes nicer. The Nutramigen doesn't exactly taste nice, it doesn't smell nice. So yeah, I give it to her with Oatly milk. As a treat, we didn't really know what we could or could not give her, but recently we discovered a few things. So we give her these Cherry Bakewells from Co-op. They've got no milk in them, so she can have those. They're quite high in calories. Obviously I wouldn't advise giving loads of them or giving one every day. Obviously you know they're sweet, you don't want your children's teeth to get rotten. Yeah, as a little treat, that's something that they can have. Also, the Tesco's own brand Jaffa Cakes have no milk in them, so she can you can have those as well. She absolutely loves them. She loves ready salted crisps because obviously ready salted crisps have no you know whatever in them. Dinner, for example, guys, like if I make roast chicken with potatoes and veg, she will have that. I will make pasta, like a stir-fried pasta. So I'd usually just put in chicken, veg, like mixed veg, and then put pasta in with a little bit of pasta sauce. I will probably do a video on just like my pasta that I do because it's so simple, it's so easy, and it's something so quick to make when you've had like a busy day. So I will hopefully put up a video of that soon. So yeah, I usually make that, or like a stir-fried rice, which I make exactly the same way that I make the pasta. The only difference is I throw rice into it and just a few extra ingredients in the rice dish compared to the pasta dish. So yeah, she can eat all of those. It's hard because it's like there are things out there, so it's mainly like a lot of chicken or fish, veg and potatoes that I can give her, which is fine because it's a healthy meal. There's enough fats, there's enough proteins, there's enough carbs, there's enough, you know, whatever she needs, there's enough of that in those meals. but I just want to make things a little bit more fun for her. I want to change it around a little bit for her. So I'm still kind of doing my research. I'm still, you know, looking for things. I know there's so many options. I know people say there's so many options, you know, like when you go to Tesco, you've got that free from range. But to be fair, when you get the stuff from that free from range, it's so highly priced compared to what we would normally buy, because they know people that have an allergy would need to buy this stuff. So it's so dear to buy this stuff, when realistically there are other items that we would buy off the shelves that doesn't have any of the dairy stuff in it, and it's like half the price compared to like the free from range. Like for example, the, you know, the Jaffa Cakes that I was saying, the normal Jaffa Cakes that you buy are like £2 something or whatever they are, but the ones that I'm saying, the Tesco's one, that it's like a twin pack that you get in them, and they're £1, and they taste exactly the same as the other Jaffa Cakes, but they're dairy free, and so anyone with a dairy allergy can have them. So yeah, I don't really go to that free from range. So yeah, if anyone knows any other items that is not from the free from range, can you please put that in the comment section below, because I would like some more ideas of what I can give her and kind of just like switch it up a little bit, you know. But yeah. So guys, thanks for watching my video today. I hope my video really can help someone out there who's going through the same thing my husband and I went through, because it's not easy, and it is still a battle for us, so we're still learning. So like I've said a few times in the video, if you've got any suggestions, please put it in the comment section below, because anything would help. Don't forget to hit that like, comment and subscribe button, guys, because those likes, those comments and those subscriptions really help my YouTube channel grow, and yeah, it's just really helping my YouTube channel out, guys. And also don't forget to hit that notification button so you can be alerted every time I post a new video, because why would you want to miss my videos, right? But anyways, yeah, look out for my next video, guys.